Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Buenos dias. It's Cinco de Mayo. Ha, got you right. Good morning, everyone. It is the 5th of May, 2025. And I'm Pearson Bowen. It is always wonderful having you company at the start of the week, at any day of the week, indeed. And so I thank you for waking up to keep us company as well. Always good having you interact with us as you interact with yourselves. And so don't forget to continue to watch us on our streams on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, cbc.bb. And while you're there, share the show, share the love, tell someone else about us, and bring them along as well to join in having fun and being filled with information and inspiration, we hope. So to all of you there living in our spaces on Facebook and YouTube, good morning. Talk to me, talk to us, so talk among yourselves and talk to us indeed with an idea of something. So Kieran Oliver is the first up this morning. She's wishing everyone today a great morning. We do to you as well, Kieran. Patricia Ben is watching from the United States. Patricia, good morning. Saying a very special good morning to our production crew. And we do too to you. Patricia, have yourself a lovely day. Auntie Faye is coming from the parish of St. Peter. And so we want to wish her a magnificent Monday morning as well. So to you as well, Auntie Faye, have a great today. Vereen Walker, how do you do? How do you really do? She's watching from Westchester, New York. Good morning to you, Vereen. Thank you so much for identifying your location, but most of all for reaching out every day to keep us company as well. Good having you company too. Anthony Smith, good morning to you indeed. He is in the 718 and he's saying good morning to the 246. That's New York. Okay, fine, because I was going to ask you, Anthony, where on heaven's earth are you? Area code like 718 means nothing to me. 246, I believe, is the best area code there is. But good morning to you indeed, Anthony. Have yourself a lovely day as well. Remember, folks, if you know of something or someone or somehow you want us to talk about something on our show, remember, send us an email. Just send us an email. And the email address is really quite simple. It can be just about anything. We'll follow through. The email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And for us, we wish you a very big thank you indeed for partnering with us in the show. And so, how was your day yesterday? How was your weekend truly? Remember, we continue to gather in the parish of St. John with the theme community. And I do know that yesterday they had their church service at Mount Tabor. And the priest in charge of Mount Tabor, Dr. Cicely Athill-Hosford, she told a story. She reminded us that this is the 200th anniversary of that chapel there on the Mount Tabor. And so she also spoke about the spectacular view from Mount Tabor all around. And boy, oh boy, are they happy to have had that gathering there at Mount Tabor. Yes, it was a lovely little gathering indeed for those who went to church in the afternoon at Mount Tabor to mark the moving into St. John of all of us, the coming home from St. Johnians from everywhere to celebrate the month of community in St. John. And so if you have the opportunity, just pop on by the church there at Mount Tabor and see for yourself the plaque which has been laid in commemoration. She said she's the 25th pastor of that church. And so there's somehow her name is inscribed right there already as well. So Mount Tabor is a location in St. John. And the man who also did the prayer, he talked about Villanova and the significance of that property in St. John as well, built for one of the British nobles. Who was that? And so you can take a trip into Villanova as well and see if you could see anything that reminds you of our history. But there's a lot happening in St. John. There was a Standpipe Stories where you had an opportunity to listen to Kevin Farmer, who is the man also from the Barbados Museum and Historical Society. He spoke to many of you who were there at St. John Parish Church. Dr. Henderson Carter was there as well with his book, Today in Bajan History. So don't miss what's happening in St. John as they continue to mark that spectacular occasion this month as part of regathering. Sender says, hit to me for 7, not even 6 this morning. But all right, I want to have some fun with you right now. I have some riddles. There was one I gave on Friday that no one answered till now. And so I'll start there. That riddle is, can you break without touching it? What can you break without touching it? That is your question today, right now, right now, 7 minutes after the hour. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What can you break without touching it? What can you break without touching it? Do you have any idea? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I shall be patient. I shall wait on you, but I will want you to call me right now. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What can you break without touching it? Now, coming up today, I must remind you that tomorrow is a significant milestone in the lives of some of our 11-plussers. That's because we're having the 11-plus exam. As I continue to encourage your children, it's just another day. It really, truly is just another day. So Margaret Grant, who has been with us all season long, continues to update us and remind us of why and what we can do to ease the pain, perhaps the fear, the anxiety of our children. So we can't wait to talk to Margaret about what we should do today in preparation for tomorrow's examination. It's just another day. We have a call on the line to try to tell me what can you break without touching it. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. You know my name. What's your name?
Alicia from Christchurch.
Hello. Yes, Alicia from Christchurch. How is morning broken for you, Alicia? Well?
Yes, please.
Oh, good. Had breakfast already?
Not yet.
What do you do for breakfast generally? Break an egg?
Well, it all depends on how it feels. So it could be baked, it could be hot dogs, nuggets, it could be food.
Right. So how do you feel today? Says it depends on how you feel.
You mean what you feel for breakfast?
Yes.
I don't know yet, because I just catching myself. I woke up about 5 to 6. I came straight and watched you.
You woke up late, girl. But thank you for coming straight to watch us indeed, Alicia. So you had a good weekend?
Yes, please.
What do you generally do on a weekend? Just curious.
Nothing.
What does that mean?
Relax.
What does that mean?
Watch, sleep.
In other words, you get lazy.
Yes.
All right. I mean, you're entitled to it. So you generally work Monday to Friday, and then on the weekends you just chill out, right?
Yes, please.
Good girl. So no laundry?
Yeah, that way I just don't wash and sleep.
You did not say that.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's watch. Wash. I thought you said
wash
watch.
And sleep.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you say watch, as in watch TV. Oh, okay. I thought you were one of those big lazy women.
No.
All right, Alicia, do you think you know the answer?
I got two answers, so you can tell me which one right.
All right, no. You tell me the one you think I would want to say right to. Just one.
Breaking character.
Breaking character. Can I touch my character? No, I cannot. My character is who I am. But I can. What can you break without touching it? Not bad. What was your other answer?
Heart.
Hearts. Is that it?
Heart.
Alicia, good answers, for real. But Alicia, dead wrong.
Well, okay, I'll wait to see if somebody gets it.
Go and do some bakes, man. Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Fast, somebody. Gregory Cummings is saying it's the fast. You can break your fast without touching it. Perhaps you can, but definitely wrong. Thank you, Gregory. Also coming up today, we're going to be hearing from the European Union about how they're marking Europe Month. Have you heard of that? And what is a list of activity for Europe Month? They will share with us. And we're preparing for the National Seniors Games. That's also upcoming. But I promise you, before the end of the show, more tickles for you indeed. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Oh, you sound perky in the morning.
I'm not too long record too.
Listen, y'all are a bunch of lazy people, boy.
No, because I was up until 1 o'clock, so I had to get a little sleep.
You were up until 1?
Yeah.
Why?
Doing different bits and pieces that I had to do because I went to sleep early, so I woke up.
You went to sleep too early? And I woke up and could not get back to sleep until 1. Doing bits and pieces of things you had to do.
Yeah.
What are some of those bits and pieces you had to do?
If I tell you I was looking for some important documents.
Like what, your birth certificate?
No.
What?
I additional things.
Like
Very
what?
important in documents.
Like what?
I can't tell you. Legalese.
Oh, okay. A lot of legal documents you were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a lawsuit?
No. I ain't got to nobody.
You don't?
No.
You don't think you ever will?
I hope not, though. I hope never to.
Is it your divorce document?
No, I'm not divorced. Remember, I told you that I'm a widow.
Okay, so it was not that document you're looking for. Could it possibly be property?
No.
So what kind of legal document you're looking for? Anyway, that's not my business. So, I dare you to tell me the answer. What do you think it is?
At first I thought it was a heart, but after I heard the lady say, no, not the heart. It has to be a promise.
I don't understand that. I mean, if it's not the heart, it has to be the promise. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So
But I had two ideas, and she ruled out one.
Or she ruled one, or you had the promise and the heart. Since that was ruled out, promise is the only option you have left?
The only option I have there.
No other options?
No, please.
Monica, you making sport.
If I'm making sport? No, I'm serious.
Did you see what Gregory said? He said you could break the fast. Is that not possible?
A fast?
Fast.
Yes, you could break a fast too, but I somehow feel it's a promise.
You still sticking to that?
Yeah.
Let me see what here. Right. Monica?
This is not Monica. This is Beverly from St. James.
It is you, Bev. Sorry, here? Beverly from St. James. I humbly apologize. Now, you know what I'm going to do to you now.
Yes, please.
Right, Beverly, you're right. So, breakfast already planned?
I think I'm just going to have eggs today.
Eggs? Break the egg.
Pardon?
Break an egg.
Not an egg. I said egg.
So, therefore, you will break an egg.
Yes.
You trying to tell me I'm wrong?
I can break an egg, but I have to touch it. But you said, what can you break without?
Did I not say to Beverly, let me look away to the skies, to Beverly that she's right? And I then moved on. Beverly?
Yes, please?
You are right. We settled that.
Oh, tell them give me an applause, not a brrr. I don't want... Give me an applause. It's so early in the morning. I have not even said my prayers, and I calling you early o'clock to give you the answer. They give me brrr. No. I gotta get an applause, man. I'm a front seat girl, you know.
Bev, you're a real sport. Thank you here.
Thank you so much, Daddy. Have a wonderful
Likewise to you, as the old people say, indeed. She's so fun. She is so fun. I think Promise, you did, Vereen, well, we said yes to Promise indeed. So well done to all of you.
Oh.
More throughout the day, I'm promising you. Break a Promise is Sunshine Blossom. You were right as well. A Promise GMS. Thank you. You're absolutely right. A Promise Pearson. That's right. Thank you so very much indeed. Who else was right on social media? Thank you very much for engaging indeed. Folks, we'll take a break here at 15 after 6 o'clock. We are coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scald presents
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
16 and a half minutes after 6 o'clock. I did the right thing, I thought. I went out, I got the clear plastic carry bag, little thing, and I put some pencils and stuff. I did the right thing. Margaret, good morning to you. Margaret Grant is here.
Pass.
Thank you. I get a little tick. Margaret Grant, as you know, is an educator. She's also a counselor. She's guidance counselor. She's been guiding us all season long in preparation for tomorrow's 11 plus examination. Remember, children, as I keep saying to you, it's just another day. They will not ask you anything you weren't taught about. Guaranteed. So don't worry about it. Am I right, Margaret?
That is so true. Good morning.
Morning, indeed.
That is so true. I mean, everything that they have been prepared for, everything that they were working on will come.
Yeah.
There will not be any surprises once they have been following the instructions of the teachers all along. Once they have been doing the homework, practice tests, they should be good.
So tomorrow is just a continuation of all of that. One of the things I had to say, though, over the weekend was, don't try to be the first to finish. That's what children tend to do. I want to finish first. I don't want anyone to finish before me. And that is in itself a bit of a danger.
It is not a race. You're given ample time to really focus on your work. And to me, when you go into that exam room, it should be, put yourself in a glass case. Don't see, put on some blinkers. Don't see anybody else but the invigilator in case they have to give some instructions, and just focus. It's all about focusing and doing what you're supposed to do, which is your best. And I think that sometimes some children look around, and especially when it comes to the essay, they might find somebody turning a page or whatever, and they might think, well, I need to speed up, but you do not know what that person has been doing. So just focus on what you are supposed to do, which is your best. Forget everybody else and just do the work. It is important to be so cognizant of the aim of the whole exercise. The aim is to do as well as you can. And I would suggest that children read the instructions properly. Do not assume that because you've been doing practice papers that you know exactly the format of the paper. You might know the format, but please read those instructions properly, because with multiple choice, one word can
make a big difference.
Yes.
You're so right. I'm as a child, I was also guilty of those kinds of things. I got it. I think I got it really, really fast and move on.
Yes.
But sometimes you could miss a very critical instruction that you need to pay close attention to.
Which is not correct.
Yes. Yes. So take your time and read the instructions to every segment as you go, so that you understand what it is that is expected of you.
Yes.
And so, again, because it's not a race, you will take your time to do so.
Yes.
And as much as you have your pencil in your hand, don't start to write until you understand.
Correct. And the thing too, like sometimes they might think they know, okay, as you go through the questions, because it's always good to read through the questions first. As you read through the questions and you know the answers right away, answer them. If you find that there's a question that might be a little ticklish, the important thing will be to underline the critical word in the question, so that you are able then to zero in on the answer, the possible answers.
Right.
Yes? Because like, you might see a question, which of these is not correct?
Yes.
And not is usually
the
bold and capitalized. So please, you can circle it so that it jumps out at you.
Right.
And those are little things that they can do to make sure that they do not miss any instructions. Because missing instructions can be detrimental.
Yeah. Don't scare them, don't scare them.
No, they know that.
All right, so read your instructions carefully. Should I go through the full paper and start at the easiest segment first?
Well, usually at the beginning, they have the easiest ones at the beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is where some people tend to make mistakes, because they're so easy. It's so like, I got that down pat, that kind of mentality.
Rush.
And therefore, because of the fact that they're so easy, they might tend to think that, oh, I don't have to spend time understanding this. I know the answer. Please, take time and read carefully, understand what is being asked, and just provide that particular answer, right? I will say the first 70 questions are usually very easy. When I say easy, for that level,
right,
they're able to do it. Once they've been working all along, and therefore if they can capture the first 70 marks, then you get into the more difficult. As it gets, as you get towards the end, you might get a little more challenging, but still at their level.
Right. So take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time. Read carefully. Do not rush through the process. And even if you came to an end and you realize others are still going, you can review your paper.
Correct.
Use the time to review.
Yes, it's important to review because many times you might see something that you missed. And sometimes to make sure you look at the numbers at the bottom of the page because you can turn 2 pages at a time.
Yes.
And that can be detrimental. A whole set of marks you would have missed. So it's important to make sure, and they usually go through and make sure that all the there are no blank pages. That's usually done at the beginning. But as they do the exam, make sure that they make sure and turn the pages so that they're in numerical order 1 and they are making sure that they do not miss any because that has happened.
Yeah. I keep also reminding that take your time to form your letters and your numbers properly.
Correct.
Because a Q could look like an A if you don't give it that little hook at the end of it.
And
you know, that kind of
yes.
thing.
And also with the maths, it's important to do the working.
Yes.
Do the working. There's a space for working. Don't do it. You can do it in your head, yes, but examiners want to see it because even if it is one of those questions where you have the working correct, but maybe the wrong answer, you might still get them a mark, right? So make sure any working that is to be done is shown on the paper.
Right.
Yes.
Children, I hope you're listening. Boys and girls, I hope you're listening very, very carefully. This is just little tips to help you tomorrow. So let's review a few things that we would have covered over the series. Today is the day, parents all, this is for you now, that you ensure you have that clear plastic see-through
Yes.
container.
Yes.
I call it a container for now. You know what I mean. What's it called again? Stop it,
Pencil
Margaret.
case.
Pencil case. All right, those things. And with sharpened pencils, you said about 5 or so.
Oh, 5, yes.
I bought 5.
Yes.
An eraser.
An eraser.
Ruler.
Yes.
Did I miss anything? And a candidate card.
Yes, the paper that they will get, the slip that they will get from school with all the data on it.
And if you have
then
a medication.
any medication.
How do we treat the medication again? Remind parents.
They're supposed to make sure that all medication is there. If they're supposed to take any during the class, the exam time, make sure that the school is notified, the invigilator is notified. If the child is diabetic and have to take a snack at a particular time, make sure that is also indicated.
Great.
Asthmatics, make sure they have their inhalers, etc. They can also have like some tissues, facial tissues or so. Some children sweat in their hands, and it would be good to have those tissues so that they can actually like press on it. Yes.
What if I needed to take a bathroom break while the exam is on? What should I do?
That is fine. Just raise your hand, let the invigilator know you want to go to the bathroom. You will be escorted there and escorted back.
Okay.
But the exam is not going to pause until you get back.
So that's time taken from. Just make sure that you raise your hand, indicate that you needed to use the bathroom, and you go do so. All right. So tomorrow morning, we will want, since the examination starts around 9 o'clock, I believe.
Around 9, yes.
Good. So about 8:30, 8:15,
Yes.
have the children at their location. Plan the route now. Get to understand if you're taking the bus, the timing, and then you adjust your timing accordingly because you need the child to be on location at least half hour to 45 minutes before the examination. And while there, what should we allow them to do or not to do?
Well, children usually congregate with their friends and have a grand time. Usually the children are laughing and...
So allow them to just have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, don't say, come back here and stand up.
No, let them just go and...
Relax themselves.
Relax, yeah. Just go and talk with their friends, laugh, be calm. You want to have that calming effect on them. Also, the parting words of the parent is important. Those parting words can help or hinder the whole process.
So what is the helping parting word?
Encouraging words, motivational words, yes, a hug, a squeeze, you know, I'm here for you, you've done it, you will be good, you will be successful, you will do your best, I'm proud of you, you've made so great progress over all this time, you know, and just encourage them.
Yeah.
And don't threaten them. Don't forget, if you don't get top marks, this is not the time for that.
Yes.
You know, so the thing is, you want to encourage them so that they're in that calming frame of mind. Because exams for anybody is usually nerve-wracking. And parents are in this position now where they can help settle the children and send them off in a calm state of mind. Because when they get into the exam room, another set of nerves might come. But if they remember the parting words of the parent, if they remember that last squeeze, that last hug, that last pat on the shoulder, that last prayer, you know, those are things that would help those children to move through.
Every child wants to make their parent proud. Every child, without doubt. You just want to know that mommy and daddy are there to support you and that they're immensely proud of you. That's why tomorrow, parents, guardians, those of you who they think special in their lives, they need you also to be absolutely positive. Encourage them in the ways that you know that they love to be encouraged. And remind them that they are already winners. This is not the changing of your life for the detriment of the child. This is just another passage of time. And so if they recognize that you're there to support them, whatever the outcome, they will do their absolute best. And I want to encourage you parents to get up early tomorrow morning, get cracking. Deportment, I think, for me, is also important. You know, let them feel as if they're wearing something that's special. I think that will make a difference as well, don't you?
How do you mean?
Press the uniform well.
Okay, well, that is normal, I would hope.
One would hope, but sometimes one doesn't do that. And so we would want to make sure that you outkick the child well. You know, that the child feels as though this is special, this is really special.
Full school uniform, and even like today, tonight, they should make sure all those things are put out all now. The stationery package should be set aside, the clothes should be set aside, press, ready, hang, just ready to be put on. In terms of the breakfast, make sure it is something that the child is accustomed to. You should not be introducing anything new tomorrow because the body can react in some very unpredictable ways.
How do we deal with a child who's nervous?
Okay, you can talk them through it. Today, all the nervousness might happen all today, tonight, but I think that the setting at home would be good. If the parents can encourage them, the parents can let them know, look, this is just the end of it, but it is not the end of your life. It's the end of your primary school career, but it's not the end of your life. This is just a step into something bigger, okay? And it is like puberty, you have to go through it. Yes, so we just want the parents to encourage them, make sure that the home setting is calming. They can play some music. Zen music is something that they can actually play. Children are into a lot of Japanese things now, so you can put on some Zen music, and that is usually calming, especially with the waterfalls, in the background. That would be good. Some children might not be able to go to sleep tonight, but that is one that they can actually put on that music, and those children will be calm. It's all about setting that calming atmosphere, having that calming environment. And if the child is nervous, talk it out. It's good if the child can say, I'm nervous. Because then the parent now can reassure them. It's all about reassurance. It's all about building confidence and let them know that, listen, everybody will feel nervous. And the parents can also say, well, I feel nervous too. But you know what? I am believing that you will do your best. And you have come so far. Look at all the progress that you have made so far. So this is just a continuation of it now. So just encourage that child to know that nervousness is normal. At least you're telling me that you're normal. Yes? So don't think about it. Just recognize that you can calm it. And then, you know, we would have talked about the box breathing exercises. They can actually practice those. Do some relaxation exercises where they can tense their muscles, focus on those muscles, and then tense. Release, tense. And as they start from their toes and come right up, it will be a sense of relief for them as well. Again, they can go for a walk. They can, you know, just inhale the fresh air. Go by the beach. I mean, I always recommend the beach. The beach is a good place to go. This evening will be a good time to go to the beach, have a good walk, enjoy the atmosphere, feel the sensations, enjoy the sensation, enjoy the scents and the sights and the sounds of the beach. And I'm sure they will feel much better. I am sure too. Margaret, I am sure you've done so well with us over the period of time we spent with you in leading up to tomorrow's examination. And we thank you. You're welcome. I think the nation thanks you as well for being here to guide us through and prepare us for tomorrow's examination, but most of all to manage our emotions in the process as well.
Thank you very much, Margaret.
You are welcome.
All right. And Vereen Walker says, good luck to our children. May the good Lord be with you in Jesus' name. And we all say, Amen.
Amen.
We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Everybody come, all of we in there. Have some fun, senior games. Yes, all of we in there. Granddaddy, we got something to do. Grand, don't fear, got something for you. Or if you're 40 and up, don't waste time. Come and sign up. We got darts, tennis and chess, track and field. Who gonna run the best? 5K walk and run and more. Wait, don't forget dominoes. Yes, one thing I forget to mention. What? If you got any questions, call 256-4263 and come and really start tension. Everybody, senior game. Everybody come, all of we in there. Bring the whole family. Senior game. This one you can't miss. All of we in there. Everybody.
Listen, we have seniors here, the jog. I saw Matt Finger's face while he was watching. Like, wait, that young man needs to be the National Seniors Games, indeed. And that's what we're talking about there. It's for everyone. The National Seniors Games are upcoming, and joining me now are coordinators. Itania Wiggins, who is the National Seniors Games coordinator. Next up, of course, is Matt Fingal, who is the track and field coordinator. And across from us is Harcourt Wilson, who is the National Seniors Games meet director. Ooh. Lots in my mouth, huh?
Yeah, you can handle it. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you for reinforcing that in me. That it's fine. Folks, we are in, I believe, for as usual, a treat. And this is not a spectacle at all. And while as spectators we tend to enjoy the achievements of our seniors, it is also to see them live well and do well and still engage in the things that they've always loved engaging in. And so, Itania, talk to me a little bit about what we can expect this year and why is it that these games have made such a tremendous difference to our seniors?
I don't know if you've heard, but the Senior Games have now matured. It's our 21st year. It's our 21st anniversary. And when it started as a niche competition, it was just fun. And over the 21 years, it has evolved into something now that is community driven, supporting our seniors, and something that Barbados looks forward to as part of our national pride, as part of our landscape. So for the 21st year, my role here is very simple. Just make sure everything is coordinated. I've been working with a great team. Couple new things, but nothing that's not going to stop the past athletes, the first timers, the volunteers, the spectators from coming out and enjoying this, the 21st anniversary of the National Senior Games.
So it's going to be great. It's going to be another great year.
Another is the big word, because it's always been great. You know what I mean? From the time I remember when I was a kid watching these Senior Games, and now I've been able to check that box, participate, and help put an event together that embraces our seniors as they go on to active living and active aging.
So that we get people clued in, when are the Seniors Games kicking off?
That's a good one. It is May, And our launch event is the 24th. We're having a big motorcade starting from the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs. That's where the senior game sits. And we're going to be going through Bridgetown, rural community, and we're going to congregate in Bridgetown from Pelican Village. And we're going to be working with our federations, our sporting federations, and that's our launch. But what Barbadians know and love will be the track portion aspect of it. And we've done a little change up this year to accommodate feedback from our participants or seniors, what they wanted. So May 31st will be the field events. That's at Queen's College, 9 a.m. And then we're going to have a road race, June 1st. Did I say 4th? Oh, God, I'm thinking May the 4th.
It's on the 1st, yes.
Yes, on the 1st. That's going to be at Mighty Grinder Highway. And then the big event, which is really the marquee event, that's why we have Mac and Harcourt here, would be June 9th, Whitsuntide Monday, which has traditionally, after a while, been known to be where the senior games are.
And I can't wait to, I'm going to go through these events and break them down in just a little while. And so, Mac, in terms of coordinating...
How are you?
I'm very well. Morning, sir.
Yeah. Are you here sneezing just now? So
listen to me. Sinuses are not easy to handle, huh? But look, he brought me something.
No, I'm bringing nothing.
Oh, you? Back, you're safe in here.
I ain't sure that.
I'm telling you, you're safe in here.
I use sneezing just now. Everything good now?
If it's for you, it's for me. And so we're getting ready for the track and field as well, the element of it. And you're coordinating all of this. And I know this is something you do well, but you don't just do it because it's a lot of sport and spectacle, but because it is an active part of how seniors live. Talk to me a little bit about, over the years, what you've seen and why you think this is something that seniors ought to be a part of.
Well, what they ought to be a part of it, let me see now. It is about health. It's about, as you said, living healthy and aging well. And really, if you check, Pearson, your body is actually made to exercise. Let me give an example quick. If I had a skeleton that I would like to bring it to life and let it enjoy life, like go to the beach with me, go to grab over, I want you to tell me the important organs that I should put in the skeleton to get it functioning.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
To make this skeleton function, it needs to have a heart.
A heart. It's got to have a heart because the heart is pumping the blood.
Correct.
But when you put in a heart, it still can't move.
Right.
Put in some more things.
All right. So to make it move, going with your scenario there, I need to give it some muscle.
Hey!
And that's my last answer.
But that's what you gotta have.
Okay.
You put in brain, you put in heart, you put in lungs, you put in liver, you put in kidney, and it ain't moving. It only can move when it get muscles. It ain't gonna move a muscle till it get muscles. You understand what I'm saying? So that tells you how important the muscles are to get this moving. And having now got the muscles, muscles now gotta have tone. If they don't have tone, they can collapse. They're gonna get emaciated, they get atrophy sets in, and they fall to pieces. So how are you gonna get this tone? The big word is exercise. You understand? Yes. So we got to make the exercise, so you got to keep exercising. And exercises fight off all the if you got diabetes, exercise fight off. You got cancer, exercise fight off. Exercise is the key to life. So this is what these people are doing. Don't mind to retire from work, then retire from life.
Yes.
And that's what you should be doing too, Pearson.
I do. How dare you?
But I never see you.
So we got to challenge the Pearson.
I want to
challenge me.
It's not challenge Pearson. I never see you do nothing but sit down here and talk.
Well, thank you for watching, first of all. I talk. That's all part of my job.
Yes.
But, Mac, I'm a man who walks. I ain't running the mode. My running days are over. But my walking days have not been far behind me.
You walk the talk.
Tell me what my talk. Tell me what my talk, Peter.
So Pearson, are you going to register?
It depends.
We go walk June the 1st. You can walk.
I heard you.
You be doing it.
But it all depends on timing. My production crew tell me that I run my mouth, I'll walk it. So that's all right. They know me well. But I do a lot more walking than running because I understand what you're talking about. The value of exercise and keeping not just limber, but also healthy. Because I have to. And because a lot of our seniors also realize that they have to know because of other non-communicable diseases. They have to. And they see the benefit. I feel the benefit of the walking. So I know what you're talking about, Matt.
Not only the walking
I ain't walking competitively.
Not only part is your body meant to sweat too.
Yes.
You got to sweat.
Yes.
If you check.
I love it when I sweat.
You check we talk about God, right? God met people. God gave 2 eyes, 2 lips, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 nostrils, 2 lungs. Why he ain't get 2 pores? Yeah? He ain't get 2 pores. You know how pores he give? 5 million. And he put 20,000 in your face. We went all that trouble, hardcore. You got me a partner? You wanted to sweat. When you sweat, it cleanses your body. Understand? I mean, you sweat, you get rid of toxins, you get rid of cholesterol, you get rid of, you know what I mean? And then alcohol too, get rid of alcohol too. You understand? And then on top of that, no, after you don't sweat and cleanse your body, a new fella.
Yes. You got to sweat it out.
Sweat it out. So, how you can sweat? Exercise.
Older people. Exercise. Right. I can do that too. So, Hardcore, talk to me a little bit about your role in the National Seniors Games.
So, having all going through what Mark has said, we then put together basically the schedule. We're looking at scheduling.
Right.
And as Yatanya said, we have the field events on the 31st. Well, sorry, not field events, throwing events, because we're going to do the jumps at Usain Bolt on the 9th.
Right.
So the 31st, we just have shot put, discus, javelin, and cricket ball throw. And it is just putting them together to make sure that the scheduling is right, and we look at the numbers we have, and we get the heats going, and so it's that itself is a team, because we have the officials at every area for the throws. Each throw has the officials, the jumps with their officials, and of course the important part, as we refer to it in track and field, the engine room, which is the call room. The call room is where on the day of the event, the athletes register, who's here, who's not here, and we have all these divisions, lots of divisions, starting from 40 to 44, we're going all up to the over 70 age group. So what we do is on the day, we look to see if we have enough persons in one age group for 1 heat or 2 heats. If they're not enough, then we look to combine to shorten the day, because it can be a long day. And I was having a word with Italian not long ago, because when we look at it and if we go through what we have on paper, then we're going to be there for a very long time, which we don't want. After all, these are seniors, and they like to get off the road early. So we are the seniors, so we can relate to that.
Yes,
so we're trying to put it together, make sure that everyone is comfortable, everyone has a good experience, and of course, everyone is looking forward to their prizes and the medals and everything. So that's what my role is, and like I said, a good team together. And we try to make sure we go as efficiently as we possibly can.
All right. So, Itanya, talk to me a little bit about how we gather these older people, though, those folks, senior citizens who want to be a part of the games. And senior citizenship seems to start from around 40 or so this year, these times.
It does. So 40 plus, you can sign up. And we are gathering them because we're partnering with the Regathering Committee, and we're having pop-up events. So something really cool that was done before, and this year even more relevant, when you're representing at the track events and field events, you're representing your parish. Yes, so there will be championships for the first, second, third, and fourth parish. So when you're signing up, what parish you signing up for, Pearson?
St. Lucie.
Good, we got you. So registration has been coming in steadily, and very steadily. We're over 150 registrants so far with our digital platform. And we know we talk about senior citizens and gathering them. We've gone fully digital, and they've embraced that. Although we do have some paper forms at different locations around the island, because we want it to be accessible and inclusive. So it's about fun, family, and commitment. And this year we have a whole set of relays like Camden. That's why the schedule is so long. But we want to make it that bring out the people, bring out your family. And I can let Matt tell you who he got on that card for the relays.
Yes, all right.
We got St. Lucie. We got St. Lucie.
Without a doubt, man.
Look, let me tell you what happened. Right? We gathering everybody.
Yes.
The first thing we started with the parishes. They represent your parish. They got clubs called BAMSAC and Free Destroyers and United. No, but you right now if you want right now, but we put it on your parish. So if you want the parish to be in person, you got to come and give St. Lucie. Which camera? Listen, St. Lucie people. So let me tell you something. Thought this man, he come and give you a point. And that's it. But all the politicians, we invited all the politicians to come, and we have the politicians must come and give a point to their parish that they're representing. We want points for the parish, and we got 2 categories. They got a category called recreational, and the other one called what? No,
Competitive.
Right. Them fellas that like to compete and they train hard.
So recreation.
Then go around and recreation is like your style.
Me.
Right. But we use that, you know, we ain't gonna give you a lot of events. Because you and the customer ultimately going to collapse on me, you know what I mean? They say, no, Parish, I'm dead. You know? So the point is that we're going to do, you get 100 or 200, and you done with that.
That's right.
Right, you got that.
No longer than 200.
But listen, Parish, we spread it further. We have a competition for the Calypso tents.
Oh.
Yes, we call it all 6 tents, and all of them excited to come in to bring in a relay team.
Listen, I'll ask you to stop for just a moment. I need to take a break. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back about...
You got to go to the bathroom? Go ahead, man.
We'll come back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 11 to 7. Mac was mid-stride almost. You know, he was telling us about the different ways that the organization of this year's National Seniors Games and the different components. Yeah.
Yes, I like the word midstream. But he was midstream. So no, I am very relieved to know that you are relieved.
Thank you, sir. So, someone said to me here, who's this? Asking me to get up and run. Get up and run. I am not running. And Matt was right when he said I can't run any longer than 200. After that, I'm exhausted. So I'll do the walking. I will do the recreational walking as a matter of fact, not the competitive walking.
I was telling you about the Calypso thing. All these 6 tents we have, they're all now going to be entering relays, and we're doing mixed relays. So they bring in 2 male, 2 females, right? And then there's a lady called Julie from Julie Party Rentals. And she has decided to donate a championship trophy for the Calypso tents. So those Calypso tents who never win a competition yet can now win one here. You understand what I'm saying?
Julie?
And Julie is here too. To tell you about that, Julie has donated the prize. Is going to be called, what you can call it, Julie? The champion trophy for the Calypso tents. The first ever one, and in 2025. Wow. So Trace Cats can come and dust out the people now. You understand?
and the thing is, because we all love Calypso, we all getting ready for crop over, but we also love we have a special Calypso tent. So come out in support of your particular tent. And Julie, I know because of your passion for the actual idiom as well, you know, you naturally, this is a natural fit for you, isn't it?
Yes, good morning to everybody. Yes, when Matt called me and he sprung the idea on me, naturally I jump into action, you understand? And I mean, a lot of people don't see opportunity, but I always see opportunity. A lot of people think the opportunity comes with beating drums and loud horns and stuff like that, but there are some little things that you can get involved in that creates a big opportunity. And I always seize the opportunity to put to give back to the community, one, and to put Julie's Party Rentals on the map. So, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity with fun and games and laughter and everything that would be had that day for Julie's Party Rentals to give back. You understand? And the best way to give back in that situation would be to give a trophy. I mean, I'm the tent manager for Carlton Shining Stars. You understand? But I'm wearing the hat of Julie's Party Rentals on that day in terms of that presentation. So I don't have a problem giving the trophy to Stray Cats or giving the trophy to House of Soca or any other tent. You understand? Actually, I don't even have a problem with giving the trophy to Carter Shanks.
I love it, I love it.
Which, by the way, we open on the 27th of June. Right, so I mean, I'm happy to be involved in this auspicious occasion. That's the truth. You know, and I mean, we had a tent meeting yesterday, and I told my teammates about it. We are excited to be a part of it, and they volunteered me to run in the race. I don't know. I mean, I go walking every morning for an hour, more than you. But
challenge is on.
You know, but I'm still thinking about that, and because walking is one thing, but running is something completely
totally different.
You know, so I don't want anybody to scrape me off the floor and got me all over social media. But I'm really happy to be a part of this, and the way how Mark described it to me, it seems like a lot of fun, you know, and I'm encouraging persons to come out on that day to be a part of this joyous occasion that will go down in history. You understand? The tanks being involved, come on, we've never seen that before, and this is a first, and I'm inviting everybody to come down to be part of this occasion.
I know, I mean, because of the scheduling of it, Tanya, you know, you got to pay close attention as to when this or these events really do occur. On the 24th, you said to me you're kicking off with this motorcade.
Big motorcade. We even got the Rockland bus. We're going through Bridgetown. We're going through the communities. We're rallying persons to come on board with the senior games. And then we have a health and wellness fair in Freedom Park. On that day.
On the 24th?
On the 24th, yes.
From what time?
We're starting at 9, and we're scheduled to have some line dancing. We've partnered with the National Assistance Board, and we partnered with Spinney as well, so he's going to put us through some stuff. So that is scheduled to start at 11 in Freedom Park.
Okay, Freedom Park is a central point for this day on the 24th.
On the 24th.
Right, of this month, folks. Then on the 31st, Matt, you take over because this is where a lot of field events are happening at Queen's College.
Queen's College, We're doing javelin, shot put, and discus right there. We would have loved to do the other events, like the jumps, but the facility is not so conducive with that right now, so we're going to do the jumps back at Bull. But what we also want to tell you about, what's your name again?
Jesus.
Jesus. Mr. Jesus. What we want to tell you about is that we also having essential services relay. We have invited the Barbados Police Service, the Defense Force, the immigration, the customs, the fire people, the prison officers, and all of them are coming with a relay team, so we have essential services relay race. You understand?
I mean, they should be very, very fit, given the nature of their job.
And in fact, the police promised me 2 teams, one from the training school and one from the regular police organization. So we're going to have some jewels down there. So I want people to come down. I want to invite you to bring down the umbrella, because I know the sun is going to shine that day. I already arranged for the sun to come out. And he's using, he don't even know what he's talking about.
He didn't get to his list yet.
He's done that already, man.
He will sign off. So we're going to have a good time. And then we have invited, like last year, we had the knapsack champions to come. And all knapsack could come, but they did like a medley relay, and that was exciting. And also BSAC people came and did a 4x4. And that was exciting too. So we're going to invite them again. And then we got Sammy Pierce, I call the old school. In other words, a man like you, who went to school at some place in St. Lucie and never ever run for your school, can now run for your school.
First of all, you're wrong.
You can't run for your school?
Wrong.
3 wrongs?
Yes. First of all, I started my primary education in St. Lucie, completed it in St. Peter. Then I went to be taught, man. I went to school then in St. Peter, ran for my school.
You had to get to school, you had to run. Yes, you ran to get to school.
That's the only thing I did. I did not just do that, man. I competed in the 100 and 4x1 relay. For my school. There you go. Perfect. Have a seat. Right. I did all of that. In school, I would have played volleyball, lawn tennis, long jump. I would have done football, all the games. I played you. I know you find it unbelievable, right?
No. Peoples, call in here and tell me if you ever what did you think that person could do anything but talk perfect and pronounce and enunciate? You want the best enunciator in the world. When he enunciate the word,
you get it, yeah. He's actually spelling it out.
Spell it out. You ever expect you to run any place, jump and play volleyball? Never yet.
I think you're missing your microphone. I'm glad. So, but you know, it is so true. I've done all of those things, but we are now going to see a lot of that happening again. You know, Matt has laid out the challenge, and to all old scholars associations as well, I want to encourage you to sign up. Signing up, Italia. Signing up. I know you talked about in person, by way of paper, or digital.
Digital on our website, www.bsng.org. See what I did there? Barbados National Senior Games.org.
Yes.
All of our social media channels, very easy to find us, Barbados National Senior Games. We have a WhatsApp channel and we've been sending it out. So, or you can give us a call at the ministry, and we also have a hotline. So we are easily contactable. And we're looking for Pearson to walk. And Julie. We're not leaving out Julie. So Pearson walking on the first, and Pearson getting that old school team relay.
Yes. And what I want to add quick, Pearson, what we're doing is here too, we're charging a fee at the gate. $10 for adults, $5 for children. And we're donating all the proceeds to charity. Nice. You understand? Because what we got to do, understand this island too, we got to make people understand that sports is serious business. Yes. If you continue to get everything free, they ain't going to, the psyche going in that, they ain't got no value to it. So we got to put value on it. And you bring down, I want everybody to come. And you see, for you to win, for your parish to win, you know what got to happen, Pearson? All the people got to come. Everybody in the parish got to come. That's why St. Philip come dust out. Are you telling St. Philip people, all to come down? And we beat St. Lucy. Where you from?
Right here in St. Michael.
St. Michael. Where you from?
St. Michael also.
Christchurch.
Christchurch. I think right now you're outnumbered.
Christchurch. Listen, the other parishes trying to get some people here. But this is going to be a big one this year.
It is going to be a big one this year.
And I got the weather sorted. I got everything sorted. It's going to be cloudy, sorted like between 9 in the morning.
I can make it so.
But you're gonna, keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Yeah.
Keep it cool. So bring down one a basket and thing and come down and pay the $5. And this can donate too. If you pay you $10 and you want to give me some more for the charity, I ain't got a problem with that at all. At all. But we can have a good time, man.
I think so too. You know, because there's
Bag and Gabby competing in the roller.
Oh dear.
You know the roller?
Well, Gabby lost already. You saw fit Bag is?
You mean how he looked?
Correct. Okay, sorry.
Listen.
But there's a skill with that roller, you know.
Really? The roller, you remember you used to roll the roller with a stick.
Yes.
Now the rolling roller and they got a hook.
Yes.
Right? And we remember when we tried to get the children to run, the children and a woman come out there and hook the roller before she ran. And so the roller hooked to go so and she going so. They had a woman to rest in the afternoon, you rest and finish it, because she run off the track and go on so you roll across the pastor. The roller control, it's amazing that these children, and it's before, don't really pass down.
We have passed it on.
But Maggie and Gabby agree that they're going to do the roller.
Nice.
And I suspect it's going to be a tie.
You suspect it's going to be a tie?
I feel a bit. Listen, we have a good time.
There's so much more to talk about this, Italia. We have to come back. We got a lot to talk about. So
we do. We'll be back. We will be back. Barbados, look for us. National Senior Games, 21st anniversary games, doing it bigger, better, and bolder this year.
All right.
You hear the beats?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Matt, thanks. Thanks, Harcourt. Thanks, Julie, as well. You know, folks, on your screen is the information that we've been talking about. So note the dates, note the times, note the locations, and make note. Register. Scan that code, and start to register today. Thanks a lot, all. Thank you very much.
Can't wait to see for that track.
Morning Barbados continues in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 1 minute after the hour. Time to look at some news now. With temperatures rising, local farmers are concerned for their future. Some say access to funding has been proving to be difficult, while others are asking for insurance coverage and that there should be a loss of crop or livestock. Minister of Agriculture, Food and Nutritional Security Indar Ware has been answering those questions. He says access to funding for agricultural development is in place and insurance coverage for agriculture in Barbados is also in the works. Trevor Thorpe tells us more.
Minister of Agriculture Indar Ware says presenting a business plan to the Barbados Agricultural Development Fund should not present any problems for farmers. He says some farmers may have been seeking funding from other sources and that could be the problem, and pointed them to the Agricultural Development Growth Fund.
And therefore it is not a fund where people will have challenges assessing it, but they certainly have to present the business plan and the project plan so that it can be examined to make sure that the funding that they're seeking will be, first of all, to develop agriculture and that it can be repaid.
With regards to a call for insurance coverage in agriculture, Minister Ware says work has started on the initiative with assistance with input from CARICOM.
The ministerial task force, which is under the CARICOM, is at this stage working with the company that is doing the work to see if we can get some kind of parametric insurance in place. It can't be indemnity insurance, as we know insurance to be. But if we get some kind of parametric insurance, then they will be okay.
The minister also drew attention to other forms of the industry.
What we are trying to do is to get through CARICOM, through CARICOM, we are trying to get agriculture insurance. We had looked at it to see how we would get it triggered so that people in the Caribbean can get insurance coverage, and that is still a work in progress.
Extending parametric insurance to consumers provides insurers with an immediate data-triggered option for claims payments. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
The International Women's Forum Barbados chapter calls as explicitly sexual and demeaning to women a video making rounds on social media. IWF President Tracy Shuffler says as an organization dedicated to the advancement of women's leadership, they recognize the profound impact that media representations have on societal activities and behaviors, particularly among the women's and the nation's youth.
This video not only perpetuates harmful stereotypes, but also undermines the progress we have made in promoting respect and equality for women. The objectification and demeaning portrayal of women in such media can negatively influence young women's self-esteem and aspirations, while also shaping young men's perceptions of gender roles and relationships.
Ms. Shuffler says while they fully support creative license in the arts, they're calling on artists, producers and media platforms to exercise the greatest degree of responsibility in their creative choices.
Art has the power to inspire and uplift, and it is imperative that we use this platform to foster a culture of respect, empowerment, and equality. We urge parents, educators, community leaders, and service organizations to engage in open discussions about the messages conveyed through media, helping to equip our youth with the critical thinking skills they need to navigate these influences. Together, we can create a more positive and affirming environment for all.
The auditorium at the Les Devon School has been named after two remarkable educators. The space will now be referred to as the Barker and Wilson Auditorium, honoring the legacy of the school's founding principal, the Reverend Ezra Barker, and the first female principal, Diana Wilson. Anesta Henry tells us more.
Member of Parliament for St. Thomas, Cynthia Ford, wants the students of Leicester Vaughan to make those who shaped the foundation of the secondary institution proud. She says founding principal Reverend Ezra Barker and the first female principal, Diana Wilson, which the auditorium is now named after, are two individuals who laid the platform for the school to thrive.
I want you forever to have etched in your mind that there are Barbadians who did not sleep some nights because of trying to coordinate, of trying to put programs in place, of trying to ensure that this school is on par with all others across the island. And I know that most of you have graduate teachers on the staff. So it means that there was an investment there in them coming to be able to extend to you the education that you require.
Reverend Barker's vision and discipline shaped the foundation of Lestervon School. Ms. Diana Wilson's inclusive leadership and unwavering commitment to excellence left an indelible mark on the school community.
I want to proudly lend my support to the renaming or the naming of this school's auditorium to the Wilson and Barker Auditorium. And I want you all to remember, or you may not have known them because you would have been in primary school when they passed, but I want you to remember that these two individuals were the persons who started this school, who set the trend for excellence, for good discipline, for proper attitudes and everything else that goes with it. And once you continue on that trajectory, you too will become some of the most outstanding citizens of Barbados.
Principal Suzette Holder says it is fitting that this hub of student life should bear the names of two individuals who embody leadership, learning, and legacy.
As we unveil the Barker and Wilson Auditorium, may it stand as a living monument to their courage and conviction. Let every voice that sings on this stage, every foot that steps into this room, and every idea that is born within these halls be a continuation of the legacy they began. To the families of Reverend Barker and Miss Wilson, we thank you. Your loved ones were not only leaders of our school, they were change makers in a community. Let us remember that true greatness is measured not by titles we hold, but by the lives we touch.
The Lestervon School was opened on October 7, 1997. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
St. Augustine Anglican Church at Market Hill, St. George is one of the few remaining churches on island with a bell that is rung manually. But unfortunately at this time, the bell is in need of repair in order to prevent it from going out of commission. Part of the proceeds from the St. Augustine affair held over the weekend went towards addressing that particular issue. Once again, here's Onesta Henry.
The St. Augustine Anglican Church bell, which for many years has been used to call worshippers to services and for other announcements, is in need of repairs. Reverend Yolanda Clark says funds raised at the St. Augustine Church Affair will assist with the repairs.
Right, this year we unfortunately have an issue with our belfry. We're one of the few remaining churches that still hand ring bells, and we have a serious leak in the belfry roof. And so we want to tackle that project as well as do some outreach projects within our community.
Reverend Clark says that the bell is still functioning, but that situation could change anytime.
It currently works. But the challenge is that we're in slight danger of having a day where we'll not be able to ring the bells, and so the community will not be able to participate in worship, because our houseboat members look forward to hearing the ringing of the bells to let them know worship is going on and the church is still celebrating the blessings of Almighty God. And so we want to make sure that our bells can continue to ring. So we're going to tackle this project this year. That is definitely going to happen this year.
The event was the perfect affair for family and friends to relax and engage in safe fellowship. There were lots of food, drinks, household items, and clothing on sale. Funds from the proceedings will also go towards the church's outreach programs.
Every quarter, around Easter, Christmas, and for back to school, we send out hampers to the members of the community who are in need, as well as to help school children in their back to school. And so we want to have funds towards those outreach efforts as well.
There was a play zone for children to enjoy, including horseback riding for those brave ones. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
One local clinical psychologist says there needs to be more spaces for adults to be able to have conversations about mental wellness. Krista Solain, who is the chief clinical psychologist at Solain Wellness, was speaking at a workshop called Unstoppable, Unmasking Imposter Syndrome, where she stated that there is a need for adults to have a space to be comfortable expressing their thoughts and opinions. She says she's really excited about the topic and she wants to help people to be able to combat whatever mental challenges they may be having.
I think we sit sometimes in our challenges and our self-doubt, and we think, you know what, there's nothing I can do about it. And we don't really have supportive spaces that encourage us to talk freely about mental wellness. And so I think that today what we're doing is we're opening up the conversation, but I'm also forming a community, and that's really important.
This is the second year that her company has held that workshop on mental wellness, and Solain has committed to doing so again. She says that while the focus is on adults at the moment, she believes once a community has been built, that children will also benefit.
Well, right now I'm focusing specifically on adults, but really what I want to do is to form a community of people who really focus on their wellness, and then hopefully that also spreads to children. As parents, when we feel okay, our children feel okay as well. So I'm really hoping for a ripple effect.
That's Christinisha Solain. We are taking a break here. Morning Barbados continues in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14 minutes after 7 o'clock this Monday morning on Morning Barbados, as we turn our attention now to the ongoing work of the European Union in Barbados, Eastern Caribbean, CARICOM, and just really great work that they're doing. And we're joined this morning as we look at what is called Europe Month by Cor Hirschbach. He is the ambassador of the Netherlands to Trinidad and Tobago, and of course a familiar face to Barbados indeed, Miss Margarita Vasilevska. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
No, I said that wrong. Margarita
Perfect.
Vasilevska, that's right. She's the EU ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning, both of you, and welcome. We're talking about Europe Month. Ambassador, talk to me a little bit about what Europe Month is and what one can expect in this month as called Europe Month.
Okay, thank you so much for having us this morning and to allow us to explain a little bit what Europe Day is, what we're celebrating and what we've planned here in Barbados. So Europe Day, celebrated on the 9th of May, is actually a commemoration of Schuman Declaration. So the idea of European Union was proposed originally by then French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman and is called Schuman Declaration. Originally it was signed by 6 countries, and we are 27 today, exactly 75 years later. So it's really big celebration for us this year. And for me as a Polish national, it's a particularly emotional one, because back in 1950, my country was going through one of its harshest periods of history, and probably nobody ever dreamt that we would be part of the Union today. So as part of that celebration, we try to find opportunities to talk a little bit about the fact that we are a peace project. The idea was to maintain peace, stability, economic stability, and a common market in Europe. And I dare say we have been quite successful, and those are values that are very familiar to this region as well. So this year I'm delighted that we are collaborating with our Dutch colleagues. The Dutch embassy is based in Trinidad, as well as with our French colleagues. The embassy is based in St. Lucia. And we have planned a number of activities throughout the months. Some are open to the public, others are a little bit more closed. But lots of exciting things to do throughout the months. And I will explain some of them, but I would like to let Cor start, since the Dutch part is starting today.
Oh, really? What's starting today?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. And yeah, today, what we're celebrating tonight in Sweetfield Manor, it kicks off our 2 days or 3 days here in Barbados, which we call a pop-up embassy. As we are physically located in Trinidad, we also want to connect with Barbados. And we're very happy. I'm here with a team from the embassy in Barbados, and tonight is a big celebration. It's called King's Day. King's Day is our national day, and we're celebrating that with a jazz concert. So in at Sweetfield Manor, I think there are some tickets available still. We have some invited guests, and we're doing this together with a great organization, the Barbados Jazz Society. They have been instrumental in making this happen. So really, really helpful they've been. And we brought over a Dutch piano player, magnificent Michiel Borslap. And because we're a kingdom of the Netherlands, we have our Caribbean islands. We also brought 2 musicians over from Curacao. And there will also be a Bajan artist playing. So it's a real multicultural connection. And the next 2 days we are having a number of events. We are having meetings with the Barbadian government representatives. We have Dutch citizens who live in Barbados who can apply for their passport, so they don't have to come to us in Port of Spain. We're doing a business seminar together with the Chamber of Commerce here and Industry, showcasing and presenting Dutch companies who have things to offer we think we can collaborate on. It's like indoor vertical farming, agriculture. It's Van Oord, which is coastal protection, wind energy, maritime infrastructure. And then what I'm really excited about, because there's another event connected to that, is Fuse Caribbean. They are a Dutch company based out of Curacao and have a process where they recycle plastic waste into a material of which they make other stuff. So on Wednesday we have a launch, they have a launch, and we'll be there, and government representatives as well, Eco Pavers, and it's at Bees Recycling. So we're trying to engage with Barbados. This year our embassy, because I cover Barbados as well, we're really putting a lot of effort in connecting with Barbados, and that fits with the theme of our King's Day, which is building bridges. And we're doing that through government, we're doing that through policy, but also through business, through culture, and music is the universal language.
Indeed it is. Let's talk a little bit about what we don't know about the Dutch kingdom, or the Dutch in Caribbean. We know the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao, and we also know St. Martin. And so that is as much as we know. We know St. Martin and the ABC Islands for recreation and shopping. Talk to me a little bit about the Dutch culture, so that Barbadians not just get themselves familiar with the American culture or the Caribbean culture alone, but the Dutch culture, understand what it is. We know your architecture, we know clogs,
of course,
those kinds of things. Well, what else do we need to know about yourselves?
Oh gosh, I don't think you have time for all that. We have so much to offer. We're the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the kingdom consists of 4 countries, which is the Netherlands in Europe. But whenever I talk to people, I always say, people think of the Netherlands as, oh, that's far away in Europe, and it is. but we are also your Caribbean neighbors, because indeed we have a number of countries and islands in the region here. So it's Aruba, Curacao and St. Martin are countries within the kingdom. They have their own government, they are taking care of the economic development, health and everything else. Apart from the defense and foreign policy, that's for the kingdom as a whole. But then we have 3 smaller islands which we consider like municipalities. That is indeed Bonaire, St. Eustatius, Statia and Saba.
Right, that's right. I forgot those others. Yes, like Statia and you, and because from St. Kitts one can look across and see.
I know, I've seen it. I've seen it,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's amazing to see. What are the Dutch people like? I think I don't know if it's still the case. For a long time, the Dutch have been the tallest nation in the world, and some.
You've been beaten by the Scandinavians.
Probably, but they say that that's because we drink a lot of milk. So it's a bit of a funny thing. So when foreigners come and work in Dutch companies, lunchtime they have their sandwich in the restaurant, the canteen or whatever you want to call it, and the Dutch have a glass of milk with it.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's unusual, but and for the rest, we're a very friendly country, open country. We have it's a very nice place to live. My wife, for instance, is British, and there are lots of foreigners, and she tells me that she loves living there, and many of our foreign friends who live there, because it's an easy place to live as a foreigner, and an English speaker, because a lot of people speak English in the Netherlands.
Indeed.
Actually, I can vouch for that. I lived in the Netherlands for 3 years.
Yes.
He's very modest. They speak foreign languages extremely well. They're very entrepreneurial. It's one of the most densely populated countries in Europe. World champions in water management, land recovery from
land
the
reclamation,
sea. And those are the things, and agriculture, and those are the things that brought the relationship between the Netherlands and Barbados very closely together. And I think we have not seen the end of opportunities and cooperation, both in terms of attracting investment as well as transfer of technology, expertise, and so on. And yes, very friendly people, very welcoming.
And clogs are thought to be they are a symbol of the Netherlands.
Yes.
And the tulips and the windmills, they are what sells us abroad. But of course, we also because they're iconic. But at the same time, we want to showcase ourselves as well as a very innovative nation, and that's what we're doing with exactly like you said, Agosha. At the business seminar, there's a company, Van Oort, been in business it's a family-run company, 155 years, maritime construction, wind energy, coastal protection, land reclamation. They've done it in St. Vincent, they've done it in Trinidad.
Under the ocean.
I know. And the other one is the indoor vertical farming, which already has a project here.
Yes.
So we're all presenting that, and one of the, if you say how nice we are, and I appreciate that, but we're also considered to be very direct, which sometimes is okay, but sometimes you have to be also a bit.
And one of the most difficult languages to pronounce, although there, as a Polish national, I say we would compete with you quite strongly. But if I can just build on this a little bit, so attracting investments from Europe is what our relationship, our partnership with Barbados and the region is all about these days. Attracting investments in the areas that are priority for the region as well as for us. And by this I mean renewable energy, protection of environment, impact of climate change, digitalization, you name it. And we are succeeding, even though a lot of our private sector companies feel the markets are small, but when you really engage in the discussions, they understand not only the enormous potential, that it's not for one country but for the whole region, but also the intellectual potential here in the region, but in Barbados in particular, in terms of highly qualified workforce that the government is keen to keep in the country. So the Dutch investments is one example, but we have some of the others. We're looking at pharmaceuticals, and there's a reason why I'm mentioning this, because it's linked to another activity that we planned for this year. But that is looking at how the region can become independent from the large producers to never be in the same situation as you faced during COVID.
Yeah, and let's not forget Sargasm.
Sargasm,
That's
of
right.
course.
That's
Sargasm. We've got so
Lots of it.
much of it. I mean, we
Yes.
can smell it in our office. We can see it from our windows. Everybody has seen it. It's a major problem. We're trying to look at solutions in various countries. We had a big seminar in Grenada last year. We'll be doing another big conference in Brussels in June of this year, and we're trying to attract people who can help to find solutions, but that will require strong cooperation of the governments and cooperation of the governments with each other, because
Right.
you need to capture it offshore if you really want to protect your tourism and the impact on the population.
There's so much we will talk about, but I need to take a break and we'll come right back in just a moment.
Okay. It's, yeah.
Morning, good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips,
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
28 minutes now after 7 o'clock as we continue looking at Europe Month and the relationship between the Netherlands and the European Union and all of us really in the Caribbean. Margajata Vasilevska, who is the EU ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, is with us, as well as Cor Hirschbach, who is I'm still trying with that name, I'm going to get it right, the ambassador of the Netherlands to Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean as well, Barbados. And there's a big event happening this evening at Sweetfield Manor. It's looking at jazz and just exploring all of the idioms of jazz with a very special, talented pianist coming from the Netherlands, and he, along with some other artists from Barbados and the region as well, will be there to entertain you this evening at Sweetfield Manor. A few spaces still left, so you ought to move very, very quickly to secure your seat indeed. But this relationship between the EU and the Netherlands is very, very critical as it relates to security in the region, preparation for some of our natural disasters that occur here. And there's the arrival of a French vessel, I believe, to Barbados.
Indeed. The vessel will be here from the 12th to the 16th of this month. So both the French colleagues and the Dutch colleagues have vessels permanently present in the region, and they play a key role in assisting whenever a hurricane or any other natural disaster strikes. So we're very proud. Last year we had both of them here around that time. This time the French vessel is coming to do part of the joint exercise with other representatives of the region, looking at maritime surveillance and also illicit trafficking. So that is done in cooperation with the regional security service. They will also mark the role of women in maritime. So International Day is on the 18th. There will be a seminar on the 16th, also to encourage women and girls from the Caribbean to participate. But that's not all. We're trying to organize a visit by schools to the vessel. It's always very exciting to see how it's equipped, what it does, and kids love to ask, so what do you do? How fast can you come? And so on. Hopefully that will work out. But apart from the exercise, as I said, they play a key role in disaster risk management and the first response. So close cooperation with SEDIMA, and all they do jointly and together with your own resources is made possible thanks to European satellite imagery, Copernicus, which is made available for free, and the satellites can focus and produce images that are really quite close up to look at specific damage. And many people don't know that when you look at certain images of either weather or post-disaster situation, at the bottom it says Copernicus, and Copernicus is a system that is developed by Europe. So we're extremely happy that they are coming here for that period of time, and very thankful for the assistance that the French and the Dutch colleagues provide in the region, because we also have French territories in the region. So Europe is in the region all the time, and we try to work as closely as possible on all aspects of security. We know to Barbados it's particularly sensitive because your maritime territory is so enormous, and it's so difficult to monitor it, so that cooperation is essential. But I'd like to say that it's also an excellent example of what our partnership mutually is about. And next year we'll be celebrating 50 years since a European Union delegation opened here in Barbados. Sadly, I will not be here for that, but I'll be watching from a distance. And that partnership we would like to believe you see as a very reliable partnership. We're there in times of disaster, we're there when you need to grow and develop, and we try to, apart from investments, also now focus a little bit on better transfer of technology, science, and I'd like to maybe speak a little bit, if I may, about the visiting Nobel Prize winner. So a Danish, I ascribe everything to the Netherlands now, a Danish scientist who won Nobel Prize in chemistry 3 years ago, is arriving here in Barbados in 3 days with his scientist wife, who is from Dominica. And he will do a lecture at the University of West Indies. And what he discovered in chemistry actually enables innovation also in development of new pharmaceuticals. So very timely and very interesting. It'll be a lecture that is open to the public and will be also televised through UE TV across the region.
When is that?
On Saturday. Saturday at 6:30 at the university at Cave Hill campus. And it's a fantastic opportunity, I think, 1 in a million, to engage with someone of that knowledge and that acclaim and recognition. So we hope it's not only an opportunity for students, but also for the private sector and the general public. And I secretly hope that it's going to open up the interest amongst young people to apply to study, so more people apply to study in Europe. Because apart from opportunity to interact with scientists of that scale, they also have a better opportunity to interact with the private sector. So if you have a good research result, Europe offers fantastic opportunities to then develop it into something more practical. After that lecture, we go to Dominica to honor his wife, and we'll do a lecture there on Tuesday as well. And that's only the first visit of a series. There'll be other Nobel Prize winners in science coming to the region, and we're very excited about that. This program is called Connexus.
Wow, this is brilliant. There's so much going on as part of the Europe Month indeed. And so, what's the name of the Nobel Peace Prize winner? She's going to search and she'll let me know in just a moment. We need to know a little bit more about this person.
Mr.
But the collaboration between the Netherlands and France in terms of the work you're doing within the region, how important do you, from where you sit, see that to be?
Oh, it's extremely important. I mean, we've been talking about some really fun things like a jazz concert and everything and celebrations, but this is serious stuff. The region, unfortunately, you mentioned illicit trafficking, drugs trafficking, and all sorts of other things. So there are various nations from the US, but also France and the Netherlands have a permanent base, military presence in the region because we have our islands here. So we both have a vessel in the region that, like you said, is very well equipped to help out in all sorts of disasters. There's another ship base as well, which helps out with international cooperation in the region with all the countries to police, to intercept, and that sort of thing. And that is also being advanced by a treaty, and that's called the Treaty of San Jose. And more Caribbean nations are signing up to that, which will help to jointly attack and approach this illicit thing.
And those are two critical, about that as well as natural disasters and the damage caused by them, are two critical important things for the Caribbean. You know, transshipment periods and passages, we need to arrest that. But then we're also impacted by natural disasters, particularly hurricanes. And the potential for that, we've just seen Ambassador Vasileska with the blow that we just had from Barrow. We didn't have full impact, but we just had a pass, and look at what it did. And so it's absolutely vital for us to be able to monitor passage through and to be able to arrest and prepare ourselves. But then restoration is also going to be important. And this is where we will be relying on you guys and your knowledge and your expertise to be able to help us to do so. I like the use of wind energy, because that's also what we're talking about. And you guys are big in the Netherlands on wind farms and the like. What do you see the potential for us in the region to draw even closer to you as it helps as we look for alternative sources of energy?
May I answer that one?
Yes, you may.
Because we just had a study tour to Europe specifically on wind energy, but that one focused on the technical knowledge and expertise of Denmark. But it combined people from, it was a team from Barbados and from Guyana and Trinidad, looking at technology, looking at what is possible and what can be transferred to the region. One of the things that really struck me when they got back, they were extremely excited, is that the size of the poles for the turbines is so enormous now that only Trinidad right now is equipped to actually accept them in the port. So logistically, there is still a little bit of a challenge, but that conversation is ongoing. And of course, there's also expertise in the Netherlands, in Germany, and many other countries. So we very much engaging and looking at what is possible. Prime Minister made it clear that there were a number of areas that had already been identified around Barbados, and I think more in-depth study was done on 2 or 3 of them as a possibility. We're working very closely with the ministry and with the agency and exploring everything that we can.
Yeah, if I may add to that, Prime Minister Motley was in the Netherlands last year and was very impressed with all the water management and visited the company Van Oort, who's going to present at our business seminar here tomorrow. And you talk about wind energy, and yes, Europe has many countries, many of our member states have excellent technology and know-how. But Van Oort, for instance, has, because you said opportunity, Van Oort has a ready-made plan for one of the neighboring islands, where it comes up with the whole package and financing and everything, and it would help them to really be energy independent, and if they would extend that, it could be exported. And these sort of things need to be together with the European Union, with the funding and the initiatives of investment, to be researched what the opportunities for Barbados are.
And there are other areas of renewable energy that we're looking at. We've got a French company already investing here in hydrogen. We know that there are a couple of islands in the region that are looking at geothermal. So we are exploring what, in terms of technology or investments, we can bring from Europe. We know very ambitious plans, not only of this country, but across the region, not just for Barbados, but also, could there be energy storage that will then allow for energy sharing? What does it require? But of course, all of that will require time.
There's so much going on, indeed.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we sit on the sidelines and we don't quite see it happening. How the little legs are paddling under the water. We just saw the top and the calmness of the top, and that's what you've been able to provide for us, a calm, but all the while you guys are working really hard. This is brilliant. And so I want to hear a little bit more, if I can, Ambassador Vasileska, about the We Got the Power initiative. Is this the one for the women?
No, We Got the Power is about renewable energy.
Oh, renewable energy.
Yes, so it will be launched also during that month. I'm not going to betray all the details. You have to wait to see the fantastic video. Please follow our Instagram, EU in Barbados. Actually, most recent posting explains everything in a very dynamic way by 2 of our colleagues, what is coming, including the lectures, and we've got the power. So it announces all the activities. EU in Barbados small letters all together, nothing else, very easy to find.
EU in Barbados. Let's talk about the film festival upcoming.
Yes, so every year we try to bring a little bit of European culture and wonderful concert tonight, but we also try to show a couple of films. It'll be in Barbados Museum, 24th and 25th in the evening. The first film is Italian, the second one is most likely going to be Irish. I'm not quite sure. There's not much space to provide more than that, but free access, and we encourage everybody to come and see a little bit of Europe in Barbados. We tried to choose films that are not too depressing. Sometimes filmmakers also focus on things that are difficult, but this is to provide a slightly lighter topic and approach to things. Only two. I wish we could show more, but it's better than nothing.
That's right, it's better than nothing. But just to whet the appetite just a bit, we will get an opportunity on the 24th and 25th at the Barbados Museum to see these films, all part of the film festival put on by the European Union right here in Barbados and the region indeed. And so there's a lot that's happening. Just pay attention to the media and you will hear more, you'll get to know more, and of course make yourselves available to engage more in the work of the European Union in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Were you able to find the name of the Nobel Peace Prize?
Mr. Mornin Barbados.
Mornin Barbados. Is that the gentleman?
No, Meldal, you see.
Okay, that's fine. Is this, look at the screen over here if you can. Is that him and his wife?
Yes, and the wife is Dr. Fidria Marie St. Hilaire.
And
Dominican.
she's from Dominica.
Yes.
So there we go. Those are going to be in Barbados. They'll have coming up this Saturday at the UWI. You can watch it on UETV, but of course you should be there in person as well to hear more and learn more from their expertise. And then they're off to Dominica to do the same as well. So this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for all of us to really to know a whole lot more about what's happening in the European Union, but most of all to engage with other top scientists from around the world who are going to make themselves available to us. Coming up soon is that visit by the French vessel. It'll be to Barbados, and in just a moment or two we'll get to know more about how school children can come and engage with them. I hope that as I'll put on my school uniform and masquerade as a school child to visit that ship as well. It's going to be quite an engagement. The Dutch at work in the Caribbean is also going to be a part central to everything going on, and so we want you to come out to Sweetfield Manor this Saturday to engage in some
Tonight.
It's tonight.
Yes.
Saturday is the lecture.
Yeah, sorry, that's right. Tonight. Sweetfield Manor, they have coming in with them a pianist from the Netherlands as well as some other artists and also some from Barbados as well. It's going to be quite spectacular. Limited seating, but you need to be there this evening. We're sharing with you on your screen now the calendar of events of the whole Europe month, so pay attention. Note the date that you're looking forward to being a part of and follow them on social media. It's as simple as that, really quite as simple as that. But you can see from what you're watching on the screen as well, they have quite an intense calendar of events, many opportunities over many days for us to engage more on the work and the people of the European Union. And so we want to encourage you to really actively get involved. I thank both of you for being with us this morning as well. And happy Europe Month. Thank you for coming to Barbados. Ambassador Cor Hirschbach. He is the Netherlands ambassador to the Netherlands in Trinidad and Tobago. They're going to be here, by the way. And for those of you looking for visas in or to talk some more, talk to them while they're here. Otherwise, you'll have to go to Trinidad and talk to them. Then. So use the opportunity while he's here to engage a whole lot more. And of course, our good friend Margarieta Vasileska, the EU ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Always good to see you. You tell us you're leaving soon?
In August, at the end of August.
This year?
Absolutely. I'm already here 5 years.
I know, because I did a bit of research. I noticed it's in 2020 that you came.
Yes.
But you know, we're going to miss you.
Not as much as I'm going to miss you.
Thank you very much. You know, you become such a part of who we are. We know your face. I ran into her in the supermarket. You know, she was pushing her trolley to our car. Going, Ambassador Margaret. She said yes. It was so wonderful because we know you. You've had such a tremendous impact.
Thank you.
In Barbados and the region, you know, and we thank you for your impact.
Thank you so much. All of that is possible thanks to cooperation with the member states and to my fantastic team who I'm sure are all watching. So thank you to all of you, and thank you to the people of Barbados for being so wonderful to work with and so hospitable for these fantastic 5 years. And I'll be back.
Thank you. She'll be back. We should have her back before she leaves office, because we want to catch up on what she's been doing, what she will be doing later on as well. So before August, you shall be back.
It will be a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. All
Thanks
the best.
for having us.
You're very welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We have 13 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock this Monday morning. And I'm going to have a number of videos I hope that you will find equally funny and quite interesting, as a matter of fact. And in between those, I'll be interspersing some riddles. So get ready to involve yourselves with me right now. But first of all, I want to share with you something that we came across on social media. $300,000 in cash. $300,000 in cash fell out of a Brinks truck in Chicago. Now, if you saw all of that, would you be tempted? Tell the truth. Would you be tempted? Well, that is what happened in Chicago, and the authorities are investigating. Take a look.
Game show. The wild story out of Oak Park already made national news, so we sent CBS News Chicago's Lauren Victory to the Austin-Oak Park border to investigate.
This is not a finders keepers situation. It's theft, according to Oak Park police. Anyone caught with money that's not theirs could face jail time. Still, at least some people find this situation amusing.
Or they knew we got to get up out of here before somebody see us.
Nicole Phillips Edwards can't help but laugh after she says police knocked on her door last week and told her this.
It was people running down the street with money bags and everything, so I was surprised I missed it.
The money bags apparently came from this Brinks truck. Facebook video we put on a loop shows the armored vehicle flanked by police last Tuesday around 5 p.m. Apparently, it was along this stretch of Austin Boulevard where the back of the Brinks truck busted open. The driver reported to officers that 3 bags of cash worth $300,000 fell out, and that 50 to 100 people stuffed their pockets and ran away with the money.
Nobody knows, nobody saw anything.
Look at all this money. It's not the first free-for-all involving a Brinks truck. Cash from one of their armored vehicles spewed across I-70 in Indianapolis in 2018.
We had reports of people on the interstate, reports of people on the side of the interstate, in the ditches, and the grassy areas on the side of the interstate as well.
CBS News Chicago wondered if cash taken in these scenarios can be physically tracked. We took the question to former FBI agent turned consultant Mike Driscoll.
There's ways to track payments, track wires, track digital payments. Even when things get into the cryptocurrency world, it's possible to conduct tracing of those assets. In an instance like this, where you're talking about loose cash, that's very, very difficult. Law enforcement's going to have to rely upon kind of old-fashioned investigative techniques, looking at surveillance cameras, interviewing witnesses.
Oak Park police are still investigating. Meantime, we asked Brinks how the back door opened up and if that driver is facing discipline. No comment on those questions. I'm Lauren Victory, CBS News, Chicago.
All right, that was cash. That was money notes. What happens if it's coins? What would you do? What happened then? Well, this happened in North Texas. Take a look when a truck that was carrying these coins crashed.
Well, here is a tough job workers did not expect today. They spent hours picking up millions of dimes spilled on the side of a highway. They used vacuums, rakes, and even got down on the ground and picked them up with their hands. It happened along Highway 81 in Alvord in Wise County. Adriana de Alba explains how long it took to clean it all up.
It was a rare sight that sparkled even from above.
I was just curious what it was. And
along Highway 287 in Alvord, a tiny coin caused a big mess.
First time we've ever seen that happen.
Texas DPS says it was just after 5 this morning when a truck driver veered off the road, overcorrected, then overturned.
I just saw a truck flipped over.
And when that semi flipped, silver rain came pouring down, freshly minted dimes spilling out of the truck. Millions of them.
That's a lot of dimes.
DPS says it was $800,000 worth, to be exact.
That many dimes is, well, that's mind-boggling.
They were scattered all along the highway, shutting it down for hours, causing major traffic delays. The driver and passenger of the semi-truck are okay.
I almost came out here with like a bucket so I could fill it up with some dimes.
Crews using vacuums, rakes, sifting through dirt, even hand-picking the coins late into the evening.
I thought they would have probably thought of a smarter way of picking it up.
This was no planned stop, but the scattered piggy bank, enough for everyone to make a wish. In Wise County, I'm Adriana D'Alba.
Must have been so tedious. Who, me? Pick up all of those, drive or move on. But what happened if you found $5,000? Would you return it if you knew who it was intended? Well, this is what one police officer did.
Imagine finding a large pile of cash in the road. That's exactly what happened in Michigan. Now, a Michigan State Trooper found $5,000. The trooper contacted a nearby bank and learned that someone recently withdrew that same amount. So when the trooper contacted that person about the missing money, that person thought it was a scam and hung up on the trooper several times. The trooper eventually convinced that person this is not a scam and was able to return that money. Apparently, after making the withdrawal from the bank, the money fell out of that person's pocket.
Pocket $5,000? Wow. All right, we have 7 minutes now to go to the hour. I'll leave you with this riddle, and then we'll come right back after the break for you to answer it. The question is, what is always in front of you but cannot be seen? What is always in front of you but cannot be seen? I'm giving you seconds to work it out. I'll take the break and we'll come back with your answer.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So, what is always in front of you but cannot be seen? What is that? 228-5562 or 228-5563? Good morning. Hello.
This is Terry speaking.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am. And how are you?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. What's your first name again?
Terry.
Nick. Okay, and what do you think you know the answer for this question? What is always in front of you but cannot be seen?
The answer is God.
Is what?
Is God.
I'm not clear what you're saying.
God.
God?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. I thank you so much for calling. Are you getting ready for school? It's gone? All right, so thank you very much for calling. Thank you for trying. So that one probably will go forward to tomorrow. But I have another weird one for you. What would you do if you got up one morning, you gone to the car, you're up, and wait, who break up my window, as we say in Barbados? What happened here? Then to discover it was not human. Take a look at this.
In a quiet neighborhood of the idyllic town of Rockport, Massachusetts, a sight far from impeccable of broken car mirrors and windshields.
We seem to have a vandal in our neighborhood, and I'm describing him as, 18 to 24 inches tall, wearing black and white with a red hat.
The unexpected menace, a pileated woodpecker.
Oh, would you look at that?
Whose likeness ironically inspired the mischievous classic cartoon Woody, known for his iconic laugh and the chaos that ensued.
Guess who?
For weeks, the idea of an actual jailbird being the culprit behind all the damage had been lost on the neighborhood. That's when resident Janelle Favaloro snapped these photos of the rascal caught in the act.
The woodpecker showed up and landed on the windshield wipers of the RV in our yard and was looking at his reflection. And we're like, you know what? I bet he was the one that damaged the mirrors as well.
She says the neighborhood nuisance is drilled into at least 25 other vehicles, and her town isn't the only one squawking about avian antics.
2 woody woodpeckers on my neighbor's car trying to break his window.
Nature's jackhammers are out in full force across the country, even pecking through homes in Canada looking for a place to nest. Well, another flock of winged vandals is terrorizing cars in Kansas City.
We don't know exactly why the vultures targeted this neighborhood.
Experts say with spring in full bloom, love is in the air for many species and could explain these wild behaviors.
This time of year is breeding season, so all these male birds, not just pileated woodpeckers, but all birds are getting into a very aggressive territorial courtship display.
And even though broken mirrors bring 7 years of bad luck,
if they're seeing a reflection of themselves, they don't understand it's a reflection. They think it's a competitor.
These headstrong birds will carry on about their ways with their feathers unruffled.
All right, so here's the deal. Experts tell us mating season typically starts at the end of March and can actually last until June. So residents in New England should keep covering those mirrors. But finally, we now have Woody Woodpecker's origin story. Turns out it's a really long mating season.
Mecca sport, as we say. All right. Folks, that's it for today. We thank you so much for waking up to keep us company. Remember to tell someone else about us. Bring them along as well. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.